Hello and welcome to round 13 coverage of Grand Prix Rotterdam. I'm Brian David Marshall. It is my pleasure to be joined by Matej Zadelkai here in the booth as we watch a match between the Dutch team and this international squad of France and Japan. You see Bas Mellis on the left, Jeremy Desani on your right, and he's opened up with a Cogworkers puzzle knot, an Aether Theorist for Bas Mellis, a blue-white mirror.
Oh, this might go long. We've seen these blue base deck really get into the long game, but you mentioned that Jeremy has an insane deck.
Jeremy has a couple of board breakers.
Okay, and I see he has a couple of card advantage cards. He has the Fumigate in hand, that is the one that I think you meant, but he also has Glimmer of Genius, Impeccable Timing, Aether Meltdown. Already lots of stuff going on in his hand.
And here you see him attacking with a servo into an Aether Theorist. He's advertising. Put up a big banner. He says impeccable timing.
Yeah, alternate
but it could be built to
last.
last.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Both are common. So Bas Mellis wants to keep his Aether Theorist around. As you can see, I don't think he had the island for the turn through Theorist. So I think he wants to keep scrying here, especially with a Cloud Blazer in hand, with Weaver Angel,
and a Revoke Privileges. Very similar looking decks, actually.
Yeah, and he didn't have the fourth land, so he wants to keep that Theorist, keep scrying, and keep ramping up his mana.
Fourth land for Jeremy Desani. By the way, you see he's also got an Inventor's Fair there.
Why not?
And here's a Propeller Pioneer. He's going to make a servo. He's just going to sit back this turn. And gets to start gaining some life.
No, and Bas Mellis will start to get the scrying. I think he found land.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is 100% to be a land.
Okay, go revoke the privileges of the Propeller Pioneer.
Jeremy does not care about that at all.
Yeah. I think Bas's deck full of these auras might not match up that well against Jeremy, but on the other hand, Jeremy has all these Aether Meltdowns that are also not the greatest. And Jeremy also started to gain some life with that Inventor's Fair. As I mentioned, this game will go long. At least that's what it looks like, especially once Bas starts to Cloud Blazer, Wisp Weaver, Angelid, draw some cards.
Now here come the servos. Here is the impeccable timing for the Aether Theorist. He's going to scry.
Digging for lands.
He'd love to find land number 5 because that's going to really unlock his deck. He's going to get the Cloud Blazer and start digging away.
Also has a Sky Swirl Harrier. So another 5-drop that he wants to keep. So I think...
And a Wisp Weaver Angel that he'd love to get land on the board. Maybe, the turn after he plays that Cloud Blazer.
Yeah. Let's see if he finds the land.
All right.
Okay,
so there's a Glimmer of Genius for Bas on turn 4. That finds him his 5th land.
Yeah, but he waits the whole turn doing it.
Yeah,
when he was scrying on top, he was like, oh, Glimmer of Genius, do I want to time walk my opponent, basically. But, I mean, it's not a bad spot for Bas. Jeremy doesn't have that much pressure going on, just the 3 servos piling in.
But he is going in the opposite direction for life totals.
Yeah. I know. Nimble Innovator.
Yep, draws a card.
And Jeremy also has a Glimmer of Genius of his own, so...
All right, land number 6 here for Bas. He's going to play that Cloud Blazer, though.
For sure. He will start to get the train rolling. He might want to start off with a Sky Swirl Harrier.
Yeah.
Just to have a good blocker, but yeah. The card advantage is too good to pass up.
Plays land number 6.
And draws an Iron League Steed as well. It's another good way to deal with some servos. Let's see what Jeremy can do.
Fumigate has been kind of a blank here in hand for Jeremy Desani.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any pressure. He just has land, Glimmer, Fumigate, and Aether Meltdown, and Malfunction. Not cards you'd want to see.
Kind of interesting that Jeremy's deck looks very similar to the deck he played yesterday on day 1.
Yeah. It looks like this is an archetype that suits him.
7th land for Jeremy.
Impeccable
He
timing.
can actually use his inventor's fair here to go find something.
Yeah. I wonder what good big artifact he has. I think I know of one that he can find. We'll see if he goes for it though.
Cloud Blazer attacks. It's going to untap with a Wisp Weaver, Angel. Going to gain a little life, draw some more cards. Does this resolve?
No, Jeremy's now going through his options because he can maybe Glimmer of Genius in response and try to find something. So he's trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to break this up?
Find like a revolutionary rebuff or something
Maybe,
if that's
yeah.
what he has in his main.
Yeah, but or he's going to hold off and now we'll sack the Inventor's Fair and go for a bomb artifact that I'm sure he has hiding in his deck.
Yeah, well, he's definitely going to go a digging. Oh my gosh.
He has options. Sky Sovereign, the best one.
Wow.
He also had a Cataclysmic Gear Hulk. Not the best on this board, but certainly a good card. Yeah, now Batman will be like, oh, dang. Look at Bass Malice's deck is also quite sweet. He has Aviator Mechanics in hand as well. But
It will not get a chance to return the Cloud Blazer though,
yeah.
because that gets shot down from above by the Sky Ship.
The Sky Sovereign is so hard to deal with as well.
One of the more exciting cards we got to preview at
Oh, yeah.
PAX.
That's for sure. I think everyone liked the card. It's a shame that it couldn't have more constructed implications, but it's certainly sweet. And remember, both teams are in place number 1 and number 2 in the standings, so at the top of the table clash here.
Yeah, you
And
can see their records.
Yeah, and we think that the winner will make the top 8, unless something crazy happens. It might still be enough for the team of Jeremy Desani to lose and then win the following round, so
Right.
still not impossible.
Yeah, their tiebreakers will be among the best.
Yeah,
All right.
certainly.
In comes the Wisp Weaver Angel.
Yeah, Jeremy could have crewed the Sky Sovereign to block, but I'm sure he's scared of
Thinking about impeccable timing.
yeah, or again the build to last.
Okay, there's the 3/4 flyer. Survives the Sky Sovereign. Sort of.
At least it has 4 toughness, so it's not like Jeremy can just attack and deal with it. But on the other hand, what Jeremy could start doing is play a creature. I think he drew a Propel Pioneer. He also has the Gear Hog, which he doesn't want to play though. He can probably Propel Pioneer, crew the Sky Sovereign, attack, ping the Sky Scroll Harrier, and attack with his other creatures as well. Because then if Baz decided to block, then okay, that's irrelevant.
Or he could malfunction the
Yeah,
flyer.
He also has an Ether Meltdown in hand, so there's plenty of ways to deal with creatures.
And he just gets in with for 5 with his Nimble Innovator and 3 servos.
Interesting. Doesn't want to expose the Sky Sovereign, interestingly enough.
I mean, so basically exposing it to you're thinking about a Sky Whaler shot there is basically the card.
Yes, Skywiller Shot was one. Another one could be maybe like an acrobatic maneuver on the Wisp Weaver Angel.
Sure.
Bounce, flicker the Sky Swirl Heron double block.
Well, that would be disgusting.
Yeah, that would be sweet, but no. So Jeremy's just playing it safe. He knows he has a very good board position. He doesn't need to expose his Sky Sovereign for now. He's in a solid situation anyway. So
By the way, while Jeremy still toils away here in Game 1, his teammates Rafael Levy and Tomohiro Saito have fired off quick wins in each of their matches. Tomohiro Saito's deck looks also quite ridiculous. Just had so much removal and had more removal in his sideboard that he brought in when I was walked over and watched a little bit of their match last round.
Yeah. Speaking of disgusting, how about drawing a Fragmentize, not being able to hit the Sky Sovereign because it costs 5 and not 4? That has to hurt.
And he doesn't want to use it on his on the malfunction because he's probably going to aviary mechanic and
Yeah.
replay that.
I mean, he can decide what he wants to do. And
Oh, I see what he's. Oh, there's the Aether Meltdown.
Yeah, so that's that can take care of that, but I don't think it's that big of a problem for Buzz since he has that aviary mechanic.
Right, now he's going to return the Wisp Weaver, replay the Wisp Weaver, and then reset the carrier.
Yeah. That is a sweet play as well, so yeah. Bounce my guy. Play my guy. Flicker my my Harrier and play that. And he could also, if he really wanted to, he could fragmentize one of the servos just to be 100% sure that there's not going to be any Sky Servant shenanigans. But I think he'll hold off for now. It's not really worth it, especially when Jeremy has quite a few cards in his hand that he can still play. Plus, also, Jeremy will not want to attack the Sky Sovereign into the 2 flyers there. I think Bas would happily trade it if gotten the opportunity.
So nice job by Bass staying alive here against this pretty good draw here from Jeremy Desani's deck.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of the fact that his creatures or his creature lineup is working very well against the enchantments from Jeremy. Jeremy still has that Fumigate as a backup, though. That must be scary.
And the Fumigate's kind of nice in a deck where you're playing with something like the console flagship.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you can wipe the ward, follow it up with a 3-power creature like a Glintsleeve Artisan or a Propeller Pioneer, and go from there. And look at this. He's gonna keep those too.
Wow. Cataclysmic Gearhulk from Jeremy Desani. Crew the ship. Shoot your Wisp Weaver Angel.
And attack for 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
And that's
Gearhulk.
going to drop Basmelis to 7 life.
Yeah, and again, he's stranded with that Fragmentize in his hand, and there's 2 5-casting cost artifacts in play that he just can't touch. Doesn't even need the Fumigate. Jeremy's deck looks great.
Yeah, it's really spectacular.
Yeah. But now, Bas, he has another Revoke Privileges that he was keeping in hand for exactly this sort of situation. So he can definitely play Revoke Privileges and follow it up with maybe another Harrier.
Yeah, another Sky Swirl Harrier.
Yeah.
In fact, gets to attack for 4 here.
Yeah, so this is a match of haymakers. Okay, Sky Swirl Harrier now. So maybe Jeremy Desani will be forced to Fumigate in a turn or two, because now he can't crew the Sky Siren with the Gearhulk. He does have a Propeller Pioneer, which he could, but he might just be forced to Fumigate.
By the way, talk about an embarrassment of riches. Jeremy Desani hasn't even had a turn to cast Glimmer of Genius that has been in his hand the entire game.
Yeah, and now, no Fumigate yet. I'm just gonna start attacking you because you're gonna be down to 1 here, unless you chump block. Ooh, down to 1.
Wow.
And Filigree Familiar as well, and still with a Glimmer of Genius in hand. How nice.
Good spell flooded.
Yeah. But Buzz still. Oh.
Wait a minute.
He just drew. He just drew a Fumigate of his own.
Is this a Fumigate duel?
It looks that way. So
you get it. He gets to attack for 7 here.
Yeah, he will gain 5 life. And he just has to hope that Jeremy doesn't have a 3 power worth of creatures in his hand. He can Fumigate and Propeller Pioneer, I think. He can do both.
Yeah, he can.
What a match. Both decks seem very solid.
Jeremy falls to 8 from the attack. Fumigate starts to recoup a little life for Baz. He goes up to 6, but that's not going to be quite good enough.
Yeah, it makes it 3-2 though.
Yeah.
So now, does Jeremy have a creature? I don't see one just yet. I think he can Glimmer into 1.
Yeah, he is going to Glimmer.
Impeccable timing land. Top bottom.
So he keeps the impeccable timing.
Yeah, he wants to pick off that Propeller Pioneer. And
And remember that Steed has been in hand for Boss for some time.
yeah.
Now he gets to make a 3. He attacking for 6. We know impeccable timing's going to take one of these creatures down.
Yeah, Jeremy Designer must be nervous. Like, I'm bound to draw a creature sometime,
How
right?
am I going to lose this game?
Yeah.
Okay. Impeccable timing takes down the Pioneer, but he still takes 3.
Yeah.
He's going to fall to 5 here.
Yeah, I actually would have pushed the impeccable timing to the bottom, trying to go for the win here, because now he's forced to fumigate the one creature away.
Wow.
If he had, yeah, I mean, he would have had 2 lands anyway, but he could have fumigated before.
Fumigate to go to 6 here.
Yeah, but it's still very close.
Fumigate as tidy conclusion.
Pretty much. He doesn't have to do it just yet.
He can take a hit.
Yeah, he can take a hit and try just to win next turn. So he's still relatively fine here.
Wow.
There we got 2.
There's
Yeah.
an aerial responder in hand for Baz. He's
So
going
he
to
has a
play it.
blocker. Nice. Oh, another land for Jeremy, but he has the fumigate here, so clear the board.
I also have a Fumigate Baz. That
Yeah.
brings him up to 4. Wow.
Yeah, Bass was just nervous that he would die to a creature, so he wanted to have something.
Now
Now
he
Ether
has an Ether
Meltdown.
Meltdown. He's going to be able to survive even a hit from the console flagship here.
Yeah, and I think Jeremy drew a Skywell shot, so now is there a creature? Okay. He can now keep he could keep blocking, but it wouldn't matter. Oh, jeez, this is draw go. Oh, wow. How many lands can you draw, Jeremy Desani? Ooh, Glintslip Artisan. Make it 3/3 or make a servo. He should go for the servo. Yeah,
Yes,
he does.
He does go for servo.
No targets for the Skyway ship. Ooh, Skyswirl Harrier, though. That should be good. Finally, a creature for Jeremy Desani.
He crews
Oh.
the ship.
Yeah. Targets this
Ship.
Artisan.
Kills the artisan. Now
I think he will chump block.
he decides to block with that instead.
Because he wants to Ether Meltdown the Harrier so that it cannot equip the Sky
Gets
Ship.
in for 1 with the
Yeah.
servo.
Well, he has to right now.
Has Aether Meltdown. Reduces the power of the Sky Swirl to -1.
Yeah.
Not quite able to drive the car here.
Yeah, but now it creates a very good blocker for Jeremy. Baz will have a hard time finding. Was that a serpent? Yeah, Gear
it
Seeker
was.
Serpent.
And that is going to be game.
Unless
Yeah.
no, it's a game. What a game
Wow,
here!
that was crazy. Haymaker magic. Jeremy Desani and Bass Malice fumigates on both sides, but the console flagship is just too good.
Dominated the board. I mean, Jeremy got quite unlucky. He was drawing
That was
a lot
about
of
as
lands.
bad a draw
Yeah.
as you can have with that card.
Yeah.
And it was still utterly dominating.
No, of course. And look at Wrath Levy's already done. So
Wow.
Tomorrow Side is up a game. So if he wins this game, they're already going to the top 4 here.
So there we see Brent Voss with a Pima Outrider and a Spontaneous Artist facing off against a Wayward Giant and a Thriving Grubs from Tamahara Saito. Removal spells in both players' yards, Welding Sparks for Brent Voss. Challenger's Pyrohelix for Saito. And what I've seen is he's been sideboarding that card in. He has enough removal that's not actually in his main deck. It could be a very matchup-dependent card.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's very good against some decks, but also not that good against others. It's definitely cuttable.
Here's a Pima Outrider. That's going to get haste if he wants it, but he
Oh,
has to worry
go.
about that Wayward Giant. Brent's at 10. Tamahara Saito's at 16.
And I think Brent Voss, after dying game 1, he's probably scared of the amount of removal
Yeah.
that Tomorrow Side has in deck. So
Unlicensed Disintegration in the deck.
yeah, he didn't want just to go all in here because he could easily just die.
Saito lining up an attack.
Not great news for Brent Voss here then.
What do you do here, Mate? Do you just attack with the Wayward Giant?
Well, I don't know what Saito has in his hand, so I think it's very much dependent on that. Just 2 cards left. Go! Wow, both players scared. This probably means that Tomohiro doesn't have.
Oh, and there's a Core Prowler coming up. We see a Furious Reprisal in hand.
Interesting. So, I think Brent can definitely attune with either for the 6th land that he needs for the Core Prowler for the following turn. Question is if he wants to also Furious Reprisal the Grubs and maybe the Giant and just swing with everything. That would mean that Tomohiro would take 11, go down to 5. Or alternative, just would be forced to trade.
Right.
And take 7 still. But if Saito has some form of removal, he could then easily just kill a guy, just take damage, and just start swinging with Wayward Giant. Especially if his second card, other card is also relevant. He can also just attack first. Well, we'll see what he decides to do. We haven't seen Saito's hand, and we haven't seen the previous game just pass it.
He just says go. I mean, maybe he's hoping that Saito will push the initiative and he can get in with a hasty Core Prowler.
Ooh, I like that. I just like vanilla creatures, like big vanilla fatties. And then if you can give them haste, you got me.
Dinosaur magic.
Yeah.
Here's Furious Reprisal. Targets the 2 Pima Outriders. Does 2
and
damage.
land Furious Reprisal again.
Wow. Boom! Look at this.
That's brutal. Jeez. Removal indeed.
Attack. Wow, look at this. But and Core Prowler can attack with haste next turn, but Saito's at 16. It's not going to be enough.
Yeah, the problem here is if Brent Voss trades his creature, he doesn't have anything to deal with the menace creature just yet. But if he doesn't, he's taking 7 and he's dead even if he plays a creature the following turn.
So he decides to kill the Thriving Grubs.
Yeah.
Takes 4, falls to 6 from the Wayward Giant.
At least he gets an extra turn if he plays a Core Prowler here. He takes 4 on Saito's turn, but at least if he draws another creature, he might find a way to deal with it. Just a mountain for Saito. But Saito can also bring back the Scrappy Scrounger at the end of the turn.
Oh, wow.
That's why Brent Voss wasn't attacking into the board before and didn't use the first reprisal. And I think that's it.
I think that's game, set, and match for Tomohiro Saito's team right here. Yes, here comes the Scrap Heap Scrounger. He exiles the Thriving Grubs to put it back into play at the end of the turn. Untaps. Sure, you can block the Scrounger, but you don't have 2 creatures. He doesn't even attack with the Scrounger. And there's the hand. The match goes to Levy, Saito, and Dazani, and we believe they are well and clear through into the top 4 here. There's
nothing that can be done to get them out of the top 4. They will be looking to actually draw next round because even with a draw, they would be safer in first. So they're going up to 36, 12 wins and a loss, while Karsten Voss and Melitz will have to win next round to win.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, we're going to check in on another, star pack match. Andre Strosky versus Kenji Samura. Shahar Shenhar versus Toru Takashita. And Paulo Vitor Dama de Rosa versus Shota Yasuoka.
Yeah, and there we go. We fast forwarded to the start of the game and Thriving Turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Andre Strosky's deck. I don't know if you had a chance to see it.
I saw a little bit. Yeah, I wasn't that impressed. It's very defensive, but it can work.
Understand that it has a Whirler Virtuoso in it.
Of course, that's why you like it. I knew as much. I saw Island Mountain, and I knew you were salivating. But it's not a bad thing. But when he was playing the previous round, he was really struggling against the Death Touch creatures, and you can see why. He just has a lot of toughness, and Death Touch is especially good against him. But in this matchup against a blue-black deck from Kenji, he could be really well set up.
Both players with the Aether Theorists.
And this is an elimination match. The loser will not have a chance to make the top 4 anymore. So, yeah, everything's on the line for these players going for the glory. Well, they could still get some pro points, of course, if they lose. But yeah, they both won the GP points. And remember, Andrei Strasky, one of the few players who has a more Pro Tour top 8 than GP top 8. So he's certainly looking to add to that GP resume.
Prophetic Prism finds a third land for him.
And he needs it.
So, Aether Theorist, for, Kenji Samura pushes a card. He's also sifting through the top of his deck. One of the real appeals from blue is the idea that you have this great early defensive creature in the Theorist that also lets you just manipulate the top of your deck. Malphus Squad is the play from Kenji Samura. So 4-2 Menace. But we see that there's an Aether Meltdown in hand for Andrei Strasky.
Yeah. Malphus Squad, quite nice against a Consulate Skygate.
Yeah.
And a Thriving Turtle.
Yeah.
And an Aether Theorist. Now, we haven't seen actually much of blue-red so far this weekend. We've seen green and red-blue.
Right, right. And what happens is a lot of the really good cards that you would think of being as blue-red almost become green cards.
Yeah.
Right? Whirl of Virtuoso is much more likely to show up in a green deck than a blue-red deck.
Mm.
Malphus Squad attacks, and Aether Meltdown lands on it. And there's a Bastion Mastodon from Kenji Samura. Does Kenji have any white mana to activate that, or is that just a creature he's adding to his for curve? Does he have any Esper components?
He might have, but it's just a 5-mana 4/5. It's an artifact, and you're looking for synergy in blue-black. You wanna just get your artifacts rolling. You know, you make your tidy conclusion, gain you huge chunks of life, and usually these decks in this slot they play like self-assemblers.
Right.
And I think Bastion Master just fills a similar role in the case where you just don't have him.
So Malfunction taps the Mastodon. Still a little tight on mana here for Andrei Strasky. Doesn't find a fifth land. Looks like some really exciting cards in hand for Andrei Strasky should he find some mana here.
And Paulo Vitor down the rest already up a game in his match against Shota Yasuoka.
Yeah, that's a match that's going to play at a very brisk pace.
Yeah, because of both players being involved.
What's really interesting, I was watching Shota this weekend. He's had pretty aggro pools both times.
Yeah, he's loving it.
Yeah, oh yeah, he seems to enjoy it, just smashing his creatures into the red zone. He never gets to do that in Constructed.
Yeah, but you know why it's a good thing? Because if Shota Yasuoka finishes the first one, he can help out Toru Takeshita to his right or Kenji Tsumura to his left. So sometimes it's actually a good thing to give the most aggressive deck to the best player.
Interesting insight there. Something we may see coming into play often next week at the World Magic Cup.
Yeah, where it's one part as part of teams like it's one of the tactics that we have to talk about. Like when do we have players sitting out? So.
Okay, here's an experimental aviator. Couple of Thopters.
This board is getting clogged up.
Oh, yeah. That's what's going to happen with blue-red and blue-black. There's not a lot of ways to sweep the board.
Blue-red against blue-black. I mean, there could be incendiary sabotage from the red deck at least. And we've seen...
we haven't seen that main deck. Like, we've seen people playing that out of their sideboard, for sure.
Yeah. It's just not good against all decks, but sometimes it can be really good, especially against the going wide white decks. On the other hand, the black has access to make obsolete. Whoa,
Here's a Saheeli Ray.
Yeah, a card that I think people were like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan. But, yeah, now it's going to be great because the board is clogged up. So Andre can start plussing, dealing damage to his opponent, and just getting some good cards. And just from the following turn, just, start maybe making copies of some stuff. make a copy of Experimental Aviator, get 2 Thopters.
Yes, please.
Why not? I'm sure Andre can do even better things with the Tsahili. But also, he's under no pressure to start using the minus right away. He can just keep plussing. And yeah. Not sure if he has something good to use with the ultimate. Oh.
Tezzeret's Ambition from Kenji Samura.
Oh, we got a reader. A pro reader. I'm pretty sure he knows what it's doing. So, a good card in these blue mirror matches.
Just draws 3. Don't have to discard because he controls an artifact. There's a 6th land for Andre Strasky. Gets the scry.
Ooh, here's Sahili's Artistry. Ooh. That's I don't think he has a good target just yet. And so many cards for Kenji as well. He's just past the turn. I think Andre is just waiting for Kenji to pull the trigger on something.
Yeah. Yeah, now Kenji's like, all right, I gotta read this card. I haven't played with it before.
Yeah, what's the ultimate do? Do I have to be worried?
So, and just for those of you who are not familiar with the blue-red Planeswalker, you know, where the +1 is you get to scry 1 and deal 1 damage to each opponent. The -2 is you get to create a token that's a copy of an artifact or a creature that dies at the end of the turn. And the ultimate -7 is you get to search your library for up to 3 different cards, artifact cards with different names, and put them onto the battlefield.
Well, I wonder if Andre actually has enough artifacts that he wants to put into play. But, you know, if he just has 1, can you imagine just him going Sahili, find this bomb and 2 other cards, and then Sahili's Artistry on the bomb, create 2 more. He's digging for something here. Not only scrying with the Sahili Rai, but also with the Ether Theorist, using his energy there. But drawing just more lands.
Well, you know how it is. I mean, you've played Magic Online. If you scry away a land, what do you draw?
Yeah, no,
the same exact land.
No, Brian, that's not how it works. It's when you fetch away, you know, you fetch to get fewer lands in your deck, and then you always draw a land. That's how it works.
All right, land number 6.
Ah.
And with islands tapped for Kenji Samura, not able to make his P-fouls fly.
Yeah.
2 Thopters find a window to attack into.
The Raiders are down. The Thopters found a way through.
Does he also have a confiscation coup in hand?
Yeah, he does.
Oh my gosh!
I was holding off on saying that one because he was also quite aggressively spending energy to scrub with the Theorist. So I was like, maybe it's not a confiscation coup, but it is. But he does. Like honestly, he doesn't have that much to steal here. Like Dukara P-file is probably the best thing that he can steal, and that's pretty loose.
Yeah. No, not in a rush. But basically, 2 of the best reasons to be in blue for Andre Strasky in hand right now. And getting close. I mean, I've never seen a Sahili Rai Ultimate.
No, me neither. No, just people I think don't even like it in this limited format that much. It's a little difficult to build around because blue-red doesn't always come together. You want to pair your red cards in an aggressive deck, and you don't always have enough red cards to split it up. But as you can see, it's Andre's deck is heavily blue.
All right. Kenji has decided that needs to start sending some stuff in the direction of Sahili.
He's scared. Maybe he heard about some bomb in Andre Strasky's deck.
Doesn't make his P-fouls fly here.
No. Probably wants to use his mana.
That means I was going to say, that means he's got something he's going to do that probably costs at least 6 mana.
Well, he might just maybe find a subtle strike here, like try to get some value. That was a weak combat. Attack me with my 4 guys, block with my 4 guys. Okay, nothing happens. Okay. And now? Oh,
how about a Demon of Dark Schemes from Kenji Samura?
That's now the conservative blocks of Andre are now going to make that a little problematic. Everything die? Like all the creatures that block die, I think? No, not all of them.
Well, the
Yeah,
Skygate
no,
will
wait,
die.
all of them. All
They're all going to die. They've all taken at least 2.
Ooh. Jeez.
That's all. And then a lot of energy coming in the direction of Kenji Samura.
Yeah, and also the Thopters will die. And Andre Strasky's like, what just happened?
On the plus side, targets acquired for all the cards in his
For
hand.
confiscation coup for Sahili's artistry.
For Sahili,
Ooh, what? You can copy your opponent's creatures?
well, you could steal it and copy it.
Okay. You're getting somewhere. Okay, Sahili can only copy things you control.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he can steal it first. Okay, what a good combat for Kenji in the end. Like, Demon of Dark Schemes is, it's a mythic rare. It's hard to play around, but I'm not saying Andre should have seen it coming. But let's see if he can do something with the Sahili's artistry. He can copy the demon. Oh wait, maybe he can create a copy of the demon and something else like a Dukar P-Foul, and copy the copy of the demon. It's -4/-4. Okay, so that would just leave the demon on the other side of the board. Okay, it's not that bad. I like it. Or he could just play it slow, like steal it first.
Well, if he does
No,
that,
he doesn't have enough energy for that.
right, he's down to. You talked a little bit about
Yeah.
him burning energy early on, even though he had the confiscation coup.
Yeah. This is a sweet game. Hey, and as expected, Paulo Vitor Damodares is already done in his match.
Wow.
As expected.
Paulo 2 over Shota Yasuoka in a battle of Hall of Famers. Only one Hall of Famer in this match. I feel like we're getting cheated.
Oh well.
Kenji Samura, of course, Hall of Famer. Andre Strasky, his career is what, 2 years old?
Yeah, a little 3. He
Three.
played his first Pro Tour like 3 years
So
ago.
7 years away from even having to worry about Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but he'll tell you he's, a Hall of Famer elect. Just waiting and biding his time.
No shortage of confidence from Andre Strasky.
No. I mean, he's hanging out with Paulo. I mean, what do you expect?
We saw that they took a rapids trip, right? They took some sort of rafting trip.
Yeah, they just spend a lot of time together over the last months. They've been to the Pro Tour in Sydney, and yeah.
Okay, so here's Sahili's artistry. He's copying a Bastion Mastodon and Demon of Dark Schemes.
Yes. So. Yeah, we have to find more good copies.
So that's the Mastodon. That's the Demon of Dark Schemes. So he's putting some just counters on them to show which is which.
What is the... Okay, yeah, let's... Right, so that's -2/-2. Then he's going to copy the demon again, but this time with the Sahili ability. So that means that's a total of -4/-4 to your opponent's creatures. Now he's going to also get 3 energy, which is going to give him enough energy for next turn to steal the Demon of Dark Schemes. And he's also attacking with a 5/5 copy into a 1/1 demon. But the important bit, the Demon of Dark Schemes also has another ability where you can pay an energy and bring a creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So, and both players, look at how much energy Kenji has. It's 13 energy. It costs the reanimation ability costs 3 mana and 4 energy, I think. Yeah, 4 energy. So he can bring back a lot of stuff if he wanted to. This is crazy. And I love Kaladesh Limited for it. You can just do some insane things.
All right. I would like to make your... So that's the Mastodon that he's making die young.
He probably has something else for the demon copy. Oh, no, I think it was the demon.
Oh, it was the demon, right.
I think he killed the demon.
Yeah,
I think the
'cause
5
then he
was...
flies over.
Yeah, I think the 5 was just like the 5/5. But now, Sahili's dealt with, but Andre Strasky will get to steal the demon with the confiscation coup. As also has a Gear Serpent.
This is just an insane game.
Yeah, now Andre's looking like, what do you have here? And remember, the cool part is, if Andre copies steals the demon, he can bring back stuff as well because it's a prophetic prism to get black mana. So he's got all the angles covered.
So Andre's figuring out what could go wrong here. He's got Paulo done with his match, able to give him a little bit of counsel.
Yep, it's clear. That's we have a copy, a token which is a Bastion Mastodon 4/5, which he can conveniently give vigilance to if he wanted to. Yeah.
He's like, why hasn't he conceded? What does he have?
Yeah, and Andre's like, yeah, like I have to play this, right?
Here's the confiscation coup. And he is looking to steal the Demon of Dark Schemes. Kenji can, of course, activate the demon in response.
He will. Most likely. He'll try to find the best thing in a graveyard.
He decides Experimental Aviator from Andre's graveyard is the card he wants. It comes into play tapped. The tokens do not.
Ooh, I'm getting some information from our scorekeeper that the team of Dominguez, Salvato, and Carvalho won their round. So they're going to be in with a shout for top 4 if they win the following round. And I think they just might be really close here as we're trying to resolve the confiscation coup here. It looks like Kenji took Experimental Aviator to get some Thopters. Yeah, but now, okay,
so he gets 4. Yeah, he gets 4 energy, then uses the rest of the energy. Steals the demon.
He's gonna be the one bringing back stuff.
It's like, do I attack with my Mastodon here?
He could give it Vigilance.
And that's what he does. He gives it Vigilance, finding white mana off the Prophetic Prism, and bashes in.
Yeah, the win for Javier Dominguez is very key because they beat out the team of Lombardi, and Ribaliati, who were the best tiebreakers, especially there. So it's going to give them open up a couple of more options for them.
All right, Kenji starts the arduous task of climbing back into this game.
Yeah.
Attacks for 2 with his Thopters. He's got a Consulate Skygate. He's going to scry 1 with his Contraband Kingpin. And what is this? Is this a tidy conclusion for the Demon of Dark Schemes?
Finally, we got.
It is.
Finally, we get rid of all the shenanigans, the scheming from the demon. Copy there, do that there. Why not?
Kenji's up to 9 now after that tidy conclusion. And what is the follow-up from Andre Strosky? He's got a Decoction module in hand. He's got a Gear Seeker Serpent in hand. He's got an island in hand. So he's going to first give the Mastodon Vigilance.
Board is growing.
Kenji takes it.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Gear... Oh, a module first.
Module first. He's got 3 artifacts. That means Gear Seeker Serpent costs 4.
Yeah, it gets an energy. So that means that is the fabrication module? Or
no, that's the decoction
module, yeah.
Wait, oh, did Kenji chump block with something?
Yeah, it looks that way. Likely, I mean,
not seeing what it was.
Yeah, it didn't take any. He didn't take any damage this turn, so.
Okay. Looked like he had said take it, but we maybe have the life bar not updated, or maybe he had a chump blocker.
Yeah.
No, there it is. Okay, he's a 5.
Okay.
Which is important with a Gear Seeker Serpent and 6 mana in play.
Well, we know Kenji can at least survive for an extra turn because he can just ram his contraband kingpin into Andre Strasky's defense just to gain that one life. It's not looking great for Kenji Tsumura here. And I think another card we've been really liking this weekend was the Gear Seeker Serpent. Like one of the best win conditions in this format.
So Kenji just attacks with the two Thopters, leaves his kingpin at home, plays a Dund Operative, and sits there on 6 mana up.
Yeah, it's he's feigning strength here. Not just being at 5 against the Gear Seeker Serpent, he's just showing like I have something. You better be scared.
Put yourself into Andre's seat here.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, against Kenji Tsumura.
Yeah.
Out of
What
all
do you
players.
do? Do you just make your? I mean, do you make your Serpent unblockable and go for it?
That's what I would do.
And that's what Andre Strasky's doing. Does he have another tidy conclusion? Does he have an Aether trade wins?
Meltdown? Ether Meltdown? No, Essence
He has an
Extract.
Essence Extraction.
Okay.
That's going to get him to 8. He's going to take 5 and fall to 3.
Yeah, but now he has to find a solution again.
It's like half a time walk.
Yeah. It was obvious Kenji had to have something, otherwise he would have attacked with the Kingpin and relied on his lifelink to put him out of range of that Serpent. But I think Andre is not going to hesitate. He's going to do it next turn again. He's going to try to swing for the win.
Kenji looks at his yard. Sends in the Operative, 2 Thopters. Andre's at 16. Not in any real danger. About 5 damage coming his way here. And he says, you know what? Oh, Russia Vitality. Gain 4. He goes to 7 here.
So out of range of the Gear Seeker Serpent again, while
Buys
also
himself another turn.
yeah, while also being able to take down the Bastion Mastodon. That's the important bit as well. It's gonna free up an attack for the following turn. He's just digging, trying to survive here.
Just trying every possible trick in his book.
And Andre's like, unblockable attack. Please don't have anything.
Falls to 2. Kenji draws for the turn. Kind of get the sense he needed to draw something there.
Yeah, and he didn't.
He doesn't. Wow. Andre Strasky takes an exciting game 1.
Oh,
Wow.
I mean, I haven't seen so many Demon of Dark scheme action in a long while. You don't get to see it being copied that often.
Copied, stolen, copied again.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Wow. Both players digging for their sideboards here. This is like, as you said earlier, an elimination match. Must win for each of these teams if they want to make the top 4. All right, now we're going to go over to Shahar Shenhar and Toru Takashida's match. And this is green-black versus red-green.
Both players had relatively high life totals, but a lot of combat involved. Trying to figure out.
Elegant Edgecrafters, Pima Outrider, Fairground Trumpeter. Wow.
Yeah, big trades here.
Yeah. Came in just in time.
Okay, Fabricator's a weapons enthusiast.
Gets him back his Oval Chase Daredevil,
Of course,
obviously. Of
yeah.
course. Replays it.
We've
And,
seen that before.
A nice recovery from a pretty swept board from Shahar Shenhar. But Pima Outrider for Toru Takashita, Grand Prix top 8 competitor, who is playing on the Japanese national team alongside these 2 Hall of Famers next week. And there is a servo.
Again, board clogged up again. But the Daredevil usually doesn't get... And it's an Elegant Edgecrafter there on the top. That's one way to get a stall broken, because it can't be blocked by the smaller creatures, those with power 2 or less. So it's just a Pima Outrider and the Armorcraft Judge that can block it.
You know what?
It's a good double block though. Does Shahar Shenhar have a trick for that? That's the question for me.
Jahar sends everything in. He's going to take 4 from the Daredevil.
It's a lot of mana. Okay, tidy conclusion, one of the 3/3s. As was expected.
Yep, tidy conclusion. The other one is going to get just chomped by the Elegant Edgecrafter. Servo's going to trade. Servo's going to get eaten by the Seed Sculptor, and 4 damage comes through from the Oval Chase Daredevil.
Yeah, but Tortex just board with decimated, but he does have an ornament courage at least to
Keep his Armorcraft Judge alive.
yeah, it will bump it up to 6 toughness, so at least it'll survive the block. And he probably needs to draw a big creature here so that he can find a way to deal with Elegant Edgecrafters. The big creatures like the Edgecrafters are really good in these Green Mirror matches because they're big and they're tough to block. That's why I also like Core Prowlers sometimes.
All right. Toru Takashita does not have anything. He does have a game to give, though. He's up 1. Thinking about his plays. Plays get easier if you just keep drawing artifacts, right? You just keep sending in
Yeah.
the Oval Chase Daredevil.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Puts his Weapons Enthusiast in the yard.
Yeah, because he eliminates the competition.
Eliminates the competition. Just does 1 for 1 with his creatures. Gets in with the Elegant Edgecrafters and the Oval Chase Daredevil.
What a sweet card with Weaponscraft Enthusiast, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you get 3 creatures for the price of 1, then you can sack any number, and then you get to kill that many. Not bad.
Welding Sparks takes down the Oval Chase Daredevil for now.
Yeah, but the Elegant Edgecrafters are churning in. Boom, boom.
Wow.
1-1.
And Shahar Shenhar, the 2-time world champion, evens it up in the 3rd set here against Toru Takashita. Again, Paulo Vitor Damarosa already a victor in his leg of this round. Strasky Samora, Strasky up 1 game.
Yeah, I hope we get to see more of the match between Kenji Tsumura and Andre Strasky because those decks looked a bit slow, but had some proper heavy hitters on both sides.
I'm just curious what Paulo and Shota's decks look like. Do we have access to those right now? Or
Yeah, I can look them up.
yeah, I'm just curious. We didn't even get a chance to see them on camera at all. So we're checking back in on Strasky Samora. Just similar opening here.
Yeah, we've seen Paulo's deck. It was the red-white aggressive deck, vehicles, lots of them.
Oh, yeah.
And Shota Yasuoka.
I believe he was also
Also
white,
white-red, yeah.
not as vehicle heavy.
Yeah, I see a couple of slower cards.
Meanwhile, over here, Revolutionary Rebuff on Experimental Aviator.
Cybert.
Yeah.
Good Cyber card against the Demon of Dark schemes and Bastion Mask and all these expensive cards. If you get to counter them for 2 mana, that must feel great.
Mana's a little tight here for Andre Strasky.
That's good. Prophetic Prism.
Skywell, yeah, off of the Prophetic Sky Prism. I mean, off the Prophetic Sky Prism. I'm just like, I'm going to put Sky in front of everything now.
Yeah. No, that was my lesson with all those cards, starting with Ether. Etherborn, Ether Torch, Ether Craft, or whatever. It's, I just got the cards all confused. You can combine anything with Ether.
Is there an Ether Spire?
High Spire Artisan. It could be Ether Spire. I'd go along with that.
All right. Foundry Screecher for Kenji Samura. Needs a little help if it's going to deal with the Skywell. But again, we've seen Blue-Black has plenty of tricks in its pocket.
Oh, yeah.
With 2 mana.
But no Subtle Strike, no Rush of Vitality. That would have been great here. Ooh, Multiform Wonder. Strasky has that as well.
Strasky's like, okay, guys, I get all the rares.
Well, Paulo got all the vehicles.
Yeah, he got the foil Depala, which is an extra rare.
Yeah, true.
You get 3 energy when Multiform Wonder comes into play, and then you can spend energy to give it a number of abilities. Flying, Vigilance,
Lifelink.
and Lifelink. And you can also pay 1 energy to either give it +2, -2, or -2, +2. So you can make it a 1/5 or a 5/1.
Yeah.
So Foundry Screecher gets in for Kenji here. And Andre could have obviously jumped his Wonder if he wanted.
But he doesn't want to expose it just
No.
yet. Plus, yeah, look at that. It just plays a tidy conclusion even before passing the turn. And it's a good thing he did. Andre Strasky has an Insidious Will in his hand.
Oh my gosh.
So that can lead to some blowout. He also has a Select for Inspection that he can use to do some tricksy stuff. You know, all the while he's just jamming in with his Sky Whale.
All right. Here is Decoction module.
So whenever he enters a creature into the battlefield, it gets energy.
And then 4 mana, you get to return target creature you control to its owner's hand.
Yeah, and that's nice as well. He gets sometimes give me protection from removal or some combat tricks, especially once you get to the long game. Can you imagine together with a multi-form Wonder? Just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fly in.
All right. Kenji attacks for 3. Andre takes it. He has no blocks
Maybe
or
now,
blockers.
maybe now he will counter any spell coming up from Kenji.
Well, 6 mana Demon of Dark Schemes.
Yeah, I think he'll counter it. Yeah, counter target spell. The first mode on Insidious Will.
The simplest to understand.
Yeah, the other modes are the ones that I really like, though.
You get to copy a spell or change the targets for a spell.
Mainly change the targets. Just change the target of a removal spell to an opponent's creature. Oh, it just feels so sweet.
So there's Inventor's Fair.
No third artifact just yet. Still has that Select for Inspection and Ether Meltdown. Okay, Jakara Peafowl.
That means he gets to attack for 4 this turn.
He's swinging.
Do you consider the Ether Meltdown on
Yeah.
the Foundry Screecher here?
I think this is a good spot for it because he'll prevent 3 damage and he can keep attacking with his Skywell. At best, this creature would just be a small bump in the road, and he'll also is looking like he wants to get the third artifact so that he could activate the Inventor's Fair, or alternatively, you know, just do some shenanigans with his module. There's
All right.
the Meltdown.
There you see the Meltdown. He takes 1 from the Theorist.
Yeah, and draws Sahili. He can now consider staying back with his Skywell just to protect it.
But he's
from
also got
Peafowl.
Kenji low enough that Saheeli can make a copy of the Skywell and he can just...
Yeah, exactly. That's the big threat now for Kenji. Also, the Skywell really is the ultimate bad blocker against the Jakara Peafowl because he can just not give it flying. Just attack into the whale and just wave at it with its wings. So that's Sahila plus.
and it also does a point of damage.
Exactly, yeah. It's becoming very relevant here.
So here's a Prophetic Prism. Kenji digs.
Goes for Sahili.
Yep, Saheeli goes down to 1. Andre's pretty fine with that. And now Aether Tradewind's targeting your Longpin Skywell and my Foundry Screecher that's stuck under an Aether Meltdown. Going to replay the Foundry Screecher, says Kenji.
No cards left.
And he's out of cards. Kenji's going to go to 5 with the Scry.
The Skywell can still trade with the Foundry Screecher. Interesting spot for Andrei Strasky here, but he...
Again, it cannot block the Jakara Peafowl.
Yeah. No, but he can block the Foundry Screecher. Remember, he also has that... it's... okay, Metal Spinner's Puzzle. Now, that's risky. Losing 1 life to get the card. Yeah.
Kenji falls to 4.
Remember, Andre does have the Select for Inspection as well. And he can use it here to protect
I think here's a great spot for it if he wants to keep his Saheeli alive. That's what he's going to do. He's going to return the Peafowl. Gets the Scry 1. Keeps it on top.
He liked it.
And P-Foul comes back down for Kenji Samura.
So now he's protecting Sahili because it's a legitimate win condition.
Yeah. Kenji's on 3.
Keeps again.
It's like, I don't even need to scry. All my cards are awesome.
Okay. He has an Ether Torch Renegade in his hand.
And by the way, he has 8 energy in his pool already.
Yeah, so it's basically a must answer for Kenji. Oh, he can copy it. And it's going to get haste.
Oh, wow, look at this. But he already scried.
Yeah, he already scried, yeah, but...
So 13 energy. Can Kenji find an answer?
Well, he has to kill the Renegade because it pays 6 to deal 6 damage, so... And he also... The problem is for Kenji, Andre always can return it with the module that he has in play. If Kenji has removal, just bounce it and try next turn. Especially if he doesn't pressure the Sahili, it's a problem. Okay, so
yeah, die young.
Yeah, return.
And now we're going to see Now we're going to see the example you presented, where he gets to replay. Oh, but
yeah, at least he gets to kill the
he does
Sahili.
get to kill the Sahili.
That's fine. Now he can also draw a removal spell for the Foundry's creature and just attack for lethal. But he can just replay the Renegades.
And he also drew
Serpent.
Gear Seeker Serpent.
Yeah, another win condition. Like Kenji has to answer way too many stuff.
He's really pinning Kenji. And Kenji extends the hand. And Kenji Samura, Shota Yasuoka, and Toru Takashita, we believe, are eliminated from top 4 contention. But Andre Strosky, Paulo Vitor Damarosa, and Shahar Shenhar will have one more match to win. That's it here for round 13 at Grand Prix Rotterdam.